Welcome to Guilty by Association. We're talking with Adam Fitch, the creative mind behind the HOA.i on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Adam, welcome to Guilty by Association.
Well, thank you for having me. It's a funny place that I wouldn't have seen myself ending up a few months ago, but it's been such a fun ride, and I couldn't be happier to be here with you, Maegan.
We ran into you in such a unique way. I think some of our own customers were like, "Oh my gosh, have you seen this guy on Instagram?" Is me personally, that's where I spend most of my social media time. But tell us a little bit about yourself. What's your background? How did we get here?
I've been in advertising and marketing my whole career. I did commercials as a kid. I've always been a creator, a storyteller. I'm in advertising today still. And as these new AI tools came out, I knew that I had to get ahead of it. And I started making these HOA videos that were just kind of humorous takes on what we saw in the neighborhood between my friends. And they were like, these are hilarious. You've got to share them. I put a couple out onto TikTok. They blew up. And I thought, wow, I've really got something here. And at the end of the day, though, the AI isn't the story. It's the storytelling. It's a new medium, yes. But the beautiful thing too is it gives us the opportunity to share these stories in a way that's not harming real people. So we can poke fun at situations that are happening.
What made you realize? Now, I feel like I know the answer. I've only ever worked in the HOA industry, so I kind of know the answer to this. But what made you realize the HOA stuff was like the best kind of material to use?
It's amazing for satire in its prime. It's people don't hate rules; they hate rules that they don't like. And
That is very accurate.
people also all live in communities. They all live around each other. I mean, the interactions between everybody is there. So with that too, it's been fun because it's a great storyteller. It's got a hook. It's got something that people relate to. I mean, it wouldn't be funny if people didn't relate to it. And the truth is that yes, I elevate it for satire. Yes, I elevate it for humor. But every one of these videos that you see on our page is rooted in something I've actually experienced, something my friends have told me. I've now got people from around the country sending me letters, and it's far from anti HOA either. Our biggest fans happen to be board members from around the country. I get notes from people who've been. I've been a president for 15 years, and my wife and I have just been laughing at your videos because it brings clarity through humor, and I think that's been a unique part of it. And it's also the perfect because it's no HOAs aren't a big there's not one big HOA. I'm not attacking HOA.
Yeah.
It's bringing humor and satire to just experiences that people have, and it's not just from the standpoint of the rules, but also what these poor board members deal with listening to neighbors and the complaints that they
Yeah.
might have coming through. So
I have to know though, what is your experience with your own HOA? What was your I'm sure you've gotten a letter. What letter have you gotten for your HOA? I need to
you know,
know.
it's there's actually one we did that is really funny. It's that we had swallows above the garage here in California. These birds
Uh-huh.
moved in. They were doing their bird business all over the driveway.
They are very messy birds.
I'm getting letters about the bird business on the driveway, and I also can't do anything about the birds. They're protected bird. I can't get rid of
Oh,
the birds. None of the gardeners will get rid of the birds. Back in Georgia we had a guy, but here in California I can't get rid of these birds. But I have the stuff on the driveway and I'm cleaning up, and it's just funny because a lot of it comes down to in in the way it's handled. It's if we talked and had communication like normal folks that says you and I had this conversation now. We go the birds, we can't get rid of them, but here's the thing in the situation. But instead,
yeah.
I just get a letter that says you will be fined if you not get rid of this stuff, and it was a funny situation. But that said, I have a wonderful relationship with all the folks that we work with,
Yeah.
and they think
Yeah.
this is a riot because people see that the humor and when you're communicating in a way that's clear and if you start with a laugh, it's amazing how much that'll fix a lot of miscommunication in the neighborhood.
One thing that I really appreciate in what you do, I think in this industry, the satire, I think we definitely all appreciate it, like the people who work in this industry, because we know that there are just
That
ridiculous.
makes me happy to hear.
Yeah, well, we know that there are ridiculous edge cases that we've all run
Right.
into. And something that you do that I think is beneficial to everyone is you make it funny from the homeowner perspective, but you also make it funny from the board member perspective. So, because that's oftentimes what happens is, boards can be considered these, I don't know, evil people who are walking around and being terrible in the neighborhood. But then at the same time, homeowners can have ridiculous types of complaints
Oh,
to the
yeah.
board members. And then there's the management company that is just kind of like trying to help in all different scenarios. So I think you have done a really good job at just leveling the playing field and making it funny from all different perspectives. That's something that I really appreciate. It's not just, I hate my board members, I hate my HOA, I can't believe this happens. It's like, as a board member, I just had to listen to this dryer sheet complaint. What are you talking about? So those are things that you have mastered a lot, I think, in what you put
And
out.
I've been trying to get a hold of the comments section too, and early on, that was a big learning curve because
I
I'm a
bet.
happy guy. I mean it all in humor and fun,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
sometimes people get insane to there. Then I just went, "Oh, yeah, that's the internet being the internet." If I'm trying to
yeah.
fix the comment section of the way people react to satire, then I got my work cut out for me. So I just try to stay true to my character and the fact that it's all in good fun, and I always agree with people too. I mean, I'm clear about that it's satire. I'm
Right.
clear that it's AI, and I'm also clear that I don't hate HOAs, and they're also your neighbors. So if you really don't like what's going on, you have a voice, and maybe this will
Yeah.
encourage you to use it.
How have you seen people responding across the different platforms that you are on? I've always found that interesting, but I have this singular view, right? I'm such an Instagram person. I don't really do TikTok. I don't really do Facebook anymore. What's it like in the comments section of each of those different platforms?
It's fascinating. It's the really the psychology. I'm a marketing guy. I look into demographics. I look to the way people respond, and this whole thing has been really fascinating for me, and on so many levels. Both the way people respond to the same video, but also how they respond to it across platforms. My Facebook audience, overwhelmingly over 60 years old. And then the Instagram audience is the big one. That's where we got about 100,000 followers now in just the last 3 to 4 months, and growing. And they're all 35 to 60 something year old homeowners in the United States, and it's been wild to watch that on Instagram too. They're also tied to their picture and their persona in most cases. And you get a lot more real responses I found on Instagram. TikTok, you got people that are trying to start dumpster fires. They're trying to start controversy. They're trolling, which can be fun too.
Yeah.
But that's also a
The
younger
Wild
younger
West over
term.
there.
Yeah, it's a Wild West. It's a younger team audience. Uh, but that said, too, it's funny. I can have a video. Um, I had one video that got 10 million views on TikTok, and then it only got a few 100,000 on Instagram.
What do you think people are actually responding to? Is it just that they're relatable? Is it the rules? Is it that they're feeling confused, powerless, talked down to? What is the feeling that you think is like pulling people in?
You see a lot of those things, and you look at these people, and it's funny too because I go to respond to some of them, and one of the great things about Facebook and Instagram is I can sometimes click on their picture, and then all of a sudden I see their family, which is kind of crazy, but it shows there's a real person behind there, and that they're frustrated with something, and it's been interesting. I think a lot of times they feel that it's coming from a condescending way, and it's coming from a way
Yeah.
that doesn't make sense. And that's kind of the thing where I look at the dryer sheets, for example. Am I advocating that, yes, now I understand why we need to ban dryer sheets? No. But I now understand that there's this whole huge group of people that have this fragrance sensitivity, apparently, that is to the level which I have no doubt they are going to board members and they are showing up at every, where I might not be showing up at the meeting, Nancy is, and
Mhm.
she's complaining. Um, and then also the way information is disseminated. I get letters that people sent me. And instead of finding out about a violation or something that they, need to take care of, it's a letter that's written in the most, you know, lines that make my show incredible. The curated stillness of the neighborhood. And these are ornamental
Yeah.
parks. I have a video about ornamental parks where the children aren't allowed to play. Well, I have the actual letter from the HOA that states these are ornamental parks and these children are not allowed to be there. And the way that it's written just doesn't get the right tone. It's about tone in many instances, not necessarily the rules.
Most of our listeners are going to be within the industry, probably working at management companies or being
Mhm.
board members or doing something like that. What do you hope that they take from your HOAI?
I hope that they tune in, check them out, leave some comments, write me a note, let them know their own experiences. And if they got a funny story from their perspective, I'm open. I'm to make people laugh and help people understand each other better. And I'm telling it from one side of the story from my friends in the neighborhood, and then also from my friends that I know that sit on boards. But if you work for a management company and other things, you've seen some stories, send them my way. We can bring some levity to the situation, and hopefully, with that clarity on a conversation that can be had without so much. "Ugh."
No, I love it. It's so fun. We think what you're doing is really funny and great, and we love the satire, and I really think you're headed in a good direction. I think we get the point at Vantica, so it's really exciting, and hopefully you'll see a little influx of followers from us, and I guarantee you will get stories from the
I,
management company side.
I'm
If you're
counting on it.
asking for it, we can get you some stories for sure. Adam, thank you so much for joining Guilty by Association today. This was really fun.
It's a real pleasure, Megan. I'm excited to learn more about the communities and share, and hopefully people get the joke and join in laughter with us at the HOA.i.